You know I love Batman because he's a train wreck, and most of us become like Batman after a traumatic experience that we're too immature to let go of. Spider Man, in contrast, is too deep in pop culture and just represents the West in general at this point. A Batman story is like an episode of My 600-Pound Life, in that when you see these people, you think that their life is essentially over. And Batman's life is over the second he takes up that cape and cowl. The incident in the alley is really just a catalyst for that. But Batman is so relatable in the psychological aspect, not the rich kid aspect. But Absolute Batman is not a rich kid, and this Gotham feels worse than other Gothams. Absolute Batman just hits you in the face with so much at one time. And one way they just immediately let you know that this ain't what you're used to reading is they kill off Falcone and Maroni instantly. They show in the news that there's violent crime going on in Gotham being perpetrated by one group, and I put emphasis on the word violent. And then one thing they did, which brought a smile to my face, is they shoved the majority of his villains like Selina, Harvey, and Edward into Bruce's traumatic event, which does not include the typical crime alley incident. No, Bruce's father is a teacher who was accosted by a shooter during a school field trip, it seems. And when you first meet Bruce, he's punching a sandbag, and he just shuts down mid conversation and needs to basically be yelled at before he responds. And from this conversation, you're easily able to deduce that Bruce's mom is still alive. As you know, as men, like when our mother raises us, we generally express ourselves differently. One thing we hate is a direct question where we have to tell you exactly what's on our mind and our heart. And when you see Absolute Batman, you see a manifestation of the anger that everyone has toward the city of Gotham and what it's become. And you can feel the fear that the citizens express to Gordon. And you can feel that this Batman is going to rise to the occasion. A lot of people said that this Batman was brutal, but it definitely fits the bill. It's not as violent as basically you remember the Injustice comic books where Jason Todd took on the cape and cowl and then you just see him take out a gun and just kill everyone in sight. It's not that brutal, so it is a little overstated. But there are so many different Batman, and I do have my favorites throughout the years. My favorites are probably Owlman because, hey, why not just give up if the world is such a horrible place? Then why not give it what it deserves? I love Earth 2 Batman, and my favorite is probably Flashpoint Batman, and Flashpoint Batman would probably do well in Absolute Batman's universe. Probably the most exciting Batman in a long time. I couldn't wait to read this. And if you're a Batman fanatic, I know you'll love it. And if you want to see more Batman comic content in the future, subscribe and I may cover Absolute Wonder Woman in a couple weeks.